You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you.
Not to be a backseat driver, but can you say for sure you got the best monthly payment possible on your auto loan? Could it be that you might have gotten a better deal by shopping the loan at a few places and have a lower car payment? Next time before you go car shopping, visit Communication Federal Credit Union first. Our auto loan experts will find you a perfect loan and get you the lowest monthly payment we can. Communication Federal, your auto loan experts. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Today, this breakfast isn't just breakfast. It might be the first McDonald's breakfast you're having at McDonald's again. This lunch might be a weekly tradition you hadn't had in weeks. And this dinner might be the first one you bought for not just you in a while. Whatever this order is for you, McDonald's will be here to take it.
Get more of the chicken you love with a delicious McChicken sandwich for $1. And for an extra buck, add a refreshing Dr. Pepper. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Otherwise known as Chat Lives Matter Night, right here live on KLRN Radio. So I kind of forgot what show I was doing, and my co-host forgot what time we were supposed to start. So let me see if I can get her added real quick. It's a Wednesday, and it feels like a Monday. What can I say? Anyway, so we're gonna work on getting Stacy added, and you're gonna get to hear all the fun noises. So hang on a second. There she is, and we're live, by the way.
Hello.
It's okay. I almost played the wrong intro, and you forgot when our start time was, so I think we're both on the same page today. Fun times. Fun times.
Trying to get my tooth on the right thing here.
Woohoo! Live radio, ladies and gentlemen. Fun times.
Yes, I would like to connect. Thank you.
Are you absolutely sure? That's what I love. Half the time it's like, would you like to connect? Are you sure? Why did you ask me twice? Why do you hate me? Anyway. Anyway, I'll just hang out with the chat for a minute. Raptor, it actually kind of felt a lot like Groundhog Day. I just about hit the wrong intro, but actually I did technically hit the wrong intro button, and then, yeah. And here we are. But anyway, so far we have Raptor and Owl are definitely in the chat. Shows there were like 6 people for a second. Now it only says 3, so I don't know what happened. Anyway, some people were like, screw this, we're going home. Anyway. All right, Let's check something here.
Okay.
Hey!
It connected to my pods and then never let me talk in them.
Weird.
I'm trying again.
Woohoo!
This is insane.
Yeah. Welcome to technology.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? That's the
Okay, I can hear you now. Excellent.
Yay! Yay! We're good to go now. Alright, anyway. So, yeah. How are you, Stacy?
I'm great. How are you, Rick?
I'm doing alright. A little discombobulated. Actually, been running around like a crazy person all day. My roommate is yet again back in the hospital, which we talked about a little bit off the air, so I'm not really going to go too far into it yet on the air, but yeah, apparently they're going to be keeping her for at least a week or so and moving her to a specialized facility, so maybe they can talk some sense into her. I guess we shall see. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fun times, fun times.
Fun times, fun times.
This is like a seance. It kind of is now. Wait, where's static?
Statics!
It better not be static. I just reset everything before we ever started.
I'm staticky? Oh, no, they're just saying hello. Hi, guys!
I don't know. Raptor said static and then didn't say anything else, so I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just joking because Al said something about a seance. Hell, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I apologize, guys. I had it all in my head because I was on with Al at 9 p.m. that tonight's show is 9 p.m. as well. I'm way too used to that time slot in my podcasting life, and I totally forgot this was 2 hours earlier. So, yay on me.
Okay, well, apparently we are staticky, so keep talking for a second so I can test something, because it's easier for me to do if I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Well, no problem. So we've got a couple of interesting things to discuss today. So I'll start with the first one. Apparently, a town in Massachusetts has decided to give permission to fly the Palestinian flag. That's right, folks. A city in these United States of America is going to fly that does not now exist, nor has ever existed. Packet loss, not bad. Just push through it. Okie doke. I don't know what that means.
It's a nerd term. I think I may have managed to clean it up anyway. I'm still waiting for the refresh to come back through.
Okie doke. Does that mean they can't hear us?
No, they can.
Oh, okay.
It's better than it was, but I don't know what's causing it because it doesn't seem to be on my end anywhere.
Anyway. I don't know why it would be on my end.
No,
but it may be.
I think it has to do with the chat needing to be cleaned out. I think it's getting packet heavy behind the scenes. I asked Jeff to look into it the other day, and I don't know if he has yet.
Okay, so we'll just blame Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
We're not blaming anybody. I'm just saying I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but I noticed it was starting again. It didn't do it for the first half of Aggie and Bradshaw last night, then it started again, so it may have something to do with, I don't know, there's any number of variables that can cause packet loss.
Okie doke. So. Well, let's just keep on going then. So, we've got a town in Massachusetts that is going to fly the Palestinian flag, Rick. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you kind of said it earlier. When you give up and start flying the rainbow flag everywhere, it's only a matter of time until you wind up flying a flag for a country that doesn't technically exist. Just saying.
Yeah, and has never existed, to be clear. Yeah. So let's see. Massachusetts town approves proposal to fly Palestine flag. A Massachusetts town has approved this particular idea for a month with the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. It was raised on Tuesday after a Democratic-led town of North Andover approved it after a town hall meeting the previous night that had furious arguments. An abomination in Massachusetts, someone said. Palestinian flag flies over North Andover town common after select board approves application. Pro-Palestine supporters have argued for several weeks in the town that it's only right the Palestine flag should be raised after an Israel flag was hoisted following the Hamas terror attacks on October 7th. So apparently, here we go with both sidesism again, right? Since an Israeli flag was raised after 1,400 people were senselessly butchered in a barbaric act of just complete murderous, disgustingness. Now we've got to raise the flag of the people who did it. I guess the Palestine flag is not technically a Hamas flag if it were not for the fact that 93% of Palestinians express anti-Semitic views and 73% support Hamas.
Well, there you go.
Their charter.
There you go, talking about maths and percentages again. Nobody cares about those things, Stacey. It's all about the feels, man. It's all about the feels.
Oh, and the feels that these Democrats now think we should be bringing Palestinian refugees here.
Yeah, no.
I want to know if they can identify the 7% that don't have anti-Semitic views, who are probably just lying. But
yeah, those are the ones actively practicing tachia. they don't mean what
either that or it's the couple thousand Palestinian Christians.
Could be, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're still alive. Just saying.
There's only about 1,000 of them left, and they live in a ghetto, and they don't have rights, and yeah.
But Israel is the oppressor.
Well, most of the formerly Palestinian Christians and former Middle Eastern Christians now live in Israel. Because there are no Christians in Jordan, there are no Christians in Egypt, there are no Jews in Jordan, there are no Jews in Egypt. Like, there is not multi-religion freedoms anywhere in the Middle East, basically, other than Israel.
Yeah, I think that's the part that I find the most entertaining and both entertaining and asinine at the same time. Is all these people that are talking about how oppressive Israel is towards Palestine, and I'm like, dude, Israel has Muslims elected into their government. How oppressive is that?
20% of the Israeli population is Arab Muslim, and when polled, 99.9% of them will not relocate to a Palestinian state should a two-state solution become available.
Well, I mean, if you were living in a relative paradise in the desert, would you want to move?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Just look at all the useful idiots we have here. You have AOC opening her brightly painted maw all over the place, screaming for a ceasefire. Like, does she not understand that her Hamasnik friends would wipe that shit off her mouth, like, so fast it would make her head spin and stick her in a burqa?
Yeah.
Does she not understand that Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar would both stand by and watch her, like, be brutalized and maybe even killed because she's an infidel? Like, the Muslims don't like other Muslims. Do you think they're going to tolerate an atheist like her?
No, not at all. But, No,
I mean, she's like the definition of a useful idiot.
No sense in letting the truth get in the way of a good narrative, though.
Well, it's just like this really, it's amazing to watch. Really amazing for me to watch. The way that the Muslim world and Islamists successfully use the West's bent towards tolerance against it. Because to speak like I'm speaking right now, you're called a bigot, you're called intolerant, you're called all these things, right?
Yeah.
I'm just telling the truth about what Muslims and Islamists believe, And the Palestinians, by and large, according to polling that is done, of Palestinians are Islamists. Like, the reason Egypt won't let them in is because they kill other Muslims. It's the same reason they can't go to Jordan. The same reason they kicked them out of Kuwait. Nobody in the Middle East wants these people. Because they're like ISIS.
Well, I mean,
but there's 2 million of them.
To be fair, Gaza was actually part of Egypt. Egypt said no.
Yeah, no, and the West Bank was part of Jordan, and Jordan said, no thank you. Israel's tried to give them back.
Yeah, so just to kind of put this in perspective, and this is more of a funny perspective than a factual perspective. But just imagine for a moment that you kidnap someone and then you tried to give them back, and everybody that you were trying to give them back to said no.
Isn't there a movie like that?
Minusing the kidnapping part, that's pretty much where Israel is. Because Israel's like, look, we don't even want them anymore. We left. You guys deal with them. And they're like, no, we're good. We're good, bro.
No, we don't want them either.
We're good.
In fact, we're going to build the wall higher.
And get Mexico to pay for it. Oh, wait. Wrong part.
Oh, wait.
My bad.
But, I mean, come on. They literally live on one of the most beautiful stretches of Mediterranean Sea in the world, and they can't make it work. These people could be Singapore.
They could. They could literally be like...
And they won't. Because they're no better than the 8th century goat herders in Afghanistan.
I don't think herders was the word you were looking for, but we'll let it slide.
I said herders, and I meant herders.
Durka.
No. Yeah. Oh, God, here we go with that again.
I told you I was going to find it.
Oh, God.
Hey, I have not resurrected the inappropriate bell, so you can say thank you for that one. I have that one, too, but I haven't resurrected it yet.
I don't even remember the inappropriate bell.
You don't remember the inappropriate bell? Now I have to load it.
No.
Now I have to load it.
I'm never inappropriate.
Well, it wasn't for you. It was for your other co-host.
Oh, okay. Did I say when it had to be rung?
Oh, no. He just usually rang it all the time. So much so that you got to know it a lot. It was this one. You always called it. You always called it the inappropriate bell.
Yes. Okay. It's ringing a bell now.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe Durka is back though. Like we had a whole period of years where we never had to worry about the Durkas.
Oh, except I forgot that had echo on it. Sorry, guys. I had to unmute it because I was playing a different sound effect from somewhere because I had to have something else loaded.
Send them to Honduras. Or send them to El Salvador, and President Bukele will deal with them just fine. I mean, he'll put anybody in jail. El Salvador right now is safer than Chicago or Oakland.
Yeah, I know, right?
He, literally put all of the MS-13 in jail.
Too bad we can't do that here.
All of them.
Too bad we can't do that
I can't believe the man is still alive. He has a 93% approval rating of the people who are not in jail.
Well, I mean, that's 5 people, though, so.
No, it's actually a fair number, but they, love him because he said, I'm going to clean this shit up, I'm going to make this place safe, and he did it.
Does anybody know how he did it?
His Twitter timeline about his country is the most positive thing you have ever seen. It's kind of like Viktor Orban's. They run a clean, safe, beautiful country that's thriving, has families, etc. And they've done it by implementing law and order and not letting a bunch of people who don't belong there stay in their country.
Yeah, you mean by doing the exact opposite of everything that we're doing?
Yeah, he even turned it around economically. He's basing it's one of the most tied to Bitcoin economies in the world. You can use Bitcoin everywhere, Rather than having a sovereign currency, he just embraced Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know what's going on in El Salvador, seriously, go look it up. It's kind of like I used to talk about Estonia. Estonia is an amazing little country.
I mean, well,
like they got.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I was going to say the same thing's happening in Brazil. Like, they've completely turned Brazil around too. Like, Brazil was like the murder capital of the world. They've had 300 consecutive days with no murders.
Yeah, I know. Except a lot of that started under Bolsonaro, and Lula's just going to screw it up. He's a progressive leftist.
Well, no,
he's embracing China. Like, it's going to go right back to hell.
Well, yeah, I know they're headed the wrong direction again, but for a minute things were it's weird because it's like all of the South American countries were like, let's be America, and then we're like, let's be China.
Well, but like, look what happens when you have a leader who believes in law and order.
But there can't be.
Bolsonaro did. Viktor Orban does. Poland did until the last election.
There can't be law and order, though, because that's racist, because the police were only formed to hunt down slaves, Stacey. Come on now.
Oh, my goodness. Well, speaking of wonderful leaders, did we cut this audio?
Yes, we did, but we might want to take the break first, because we're already halfway through.
Okay, let's take a break, because you got to listen to this, and somebody needs to tell me that we can have nice things.
I mean, I can tell you we can have nice things. It remains to be seen whether we can or not. All right, we've hit the bottom. Believe it or not, we've already hit the bottom of the hour. I know part of it was technical. The good news is we don't actually have a show behind us, and the show that I'm running in this place is a little short, so we can actually run a few minutes over without killing anything. To make up for the technical, if Stacey wants to. Anyway, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
Not to be a backseat driver, but can you say for sure you got the best monthly payment possible on your auto loan? Could it be that you might have gotten a better deal by shopping the loan at a few places and have a lower car payment? Next time, before you go car shopping, visit Communication Federal Credit Union first. Our auto loan experts will find you a perfect loan and get you the lowest monthly payment we can. Communication Federal, your auto loan experts. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Today, this breakfast isn't just breakfast. It might be the first McDonald's breakfast you're having at McDonald's again. This lunch might be a weekly tradition you hadn't had in weeks. And this dinner might be the first one you bought for not just you in a while. Whatever this order is for you, McDonald's we'll be here to take it.
Get more of the chicken you love with a delicious McChicken sandwich for $1. And for an extra buck, add a refreshing Dr. Pepper. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities. At participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Called a bit of an audible while we were on the break, so we're going a different direction first. We do have some important audio, but there's tons of audio. I actually thought we'd already been into a bunch of it before now, but with having to track down technical issues and a couple other things, we're a bit off the clock. So, without further ado, what happens at DC Fight Club apparently makes it on the news.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Click the Tough Guy hat in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold it. No, sit down.
Sorry, you're a clown.
Sit down.
Look at you.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can,
This
no,
is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have
All right, so I'm going to stop that one right there. But yeah, it's kind of... So, two things. First of all, as an Oklahoman, I understand exactly where Mark Mullen is coming from, or Mark Wayne Mullen, because if you remember, I'm the guy that wrote an op-ed for American Action News when Donald Trump was trashing Ted Cruz and Ted Cruz's wife, and basically said, if it were me, with where I'm from, I would have walked onto the debate stage, walked up to him squarely on the dais, punched him right square in the mouth, turned around, looked at the crowd, and said, if that's the fucker you want, you can have him, I'm out. Because that's... You don't do the things that Donald Trump is known for doing, and you also don't do the things that this Teamster is known for doing. Now, I will say, and this is my last bit on it, and then I'll let you say whatever you'd like, I don't really see the need for Mullen to have stood up, because when he called the dude out, and the dude refused to stand up, fight was already over. You confronted the dude who called you out, he pussed. All you had to say was like, okay, so I see you have no balls. Next question. And then move on. The grandstanding didn't need to happen. Because let's face it, Bernie Sanders won looking like the adult in the room was really, really weird. And Bernie Sanders really couldn't have stopped Mullen if he actually was going to fight the guy. So, yeah. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Tempers are flaring in Congress, and I put the over-under on an actual fistfight breaking out at March 15th. So, because we're going to be off quite a bit for the holiday, and then we're going to be deep into the beginning of caucus and primary season, but I think it's going to happen eventually. And personally, if I want somebody's ass kicked on the Republican side first, it would be Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, no, I do have to agree with that one. But the interesting thing about this, though, is I don't know if it was something in the water yesterday, because this wasn't the only instance of, DC Fight Club.
You retweeted
No,
that
it
story.
wasn't.
Completely false. I've never loaned my brother one penny. My father, who was a dentist, had some farmland. He died, and my brother couldn't afford. He wanted to sell it, but he wanted to keep it in the family, so I bought it from my brother. That story that you tweeted also said I had a shell company. That is bullshit.
Reclaiming my time.
No, I'm not going to give you your time back. We can stop the clock. You all continue to. You look like a Smurf here, just going around and all this stuff. Now, listen,
Mr. Chairman, hold on. If we're not on time,
disinformation.
You have.
So I wanted to play the shorter clip again because we're kind of pressed for time because of the issues. But he goes on in the extended clip. He goes on to say that CNN's trying to float this story, and you're the only person retweeting it. That I have Oppo research is in my town right now. Can't find a damn thing what you're talking about, and you're a damn liar. And you've been proven to be a liar. I'm just like, what was in the water yesterday? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. There's part of it is, especially on the House side, this has been an extended session for them because of the whole having to find a new speaker, everything else. The Senate has, I think the House has been in for like 13 weeks straight. Senate, I think now is up to like 5 or 6 weeks straight. So I think everybody's just getting cranky. That and I'm sorry, we've reached the point where people are having to figure out what FAFO actually means again. And we've been away from that for a while because everybody's gotten really comfortable with being able to talk shit behind a keyboard, not a camera. And then you've got a retired MMA fighter who says, "Bubba, I'm right here," and dude's like, "No, I'll sit down." And that's the thing. I don't think very many people know. Mark Wayne Mullen is a retired MMA fighter, so it's probably a good thing they didn't go at it in the Senate well, because there probably would have had to have been an ambulance called, I'm sure. Because dude doesn't play. And again, I didn't really like the whole standing up part, starting to pull off the rings and all this stuff that happened on the video, because I'm like, as soon as you called him out and he didn't stand up, you already knew the dude didn't want to fight. And then the funniest thing is, after he stands up, dude's like, "Oh, is that your answer to everything?" I'm like, dude, you're the one that said anywhere, anytime. The fuck? What? Did you just mean that because you were on X and you didn't think you were ever gonna? I mean, dude, you knew you were gonna see him eventually. Come on. I mean, honestly, if it were me, I wouldn't have done it on camera. I'd have just waited till he was, exiting the building and just been like, "Flap!" Like, let's go. Anyway, maybe I'm an asshole.
No, you're not.
I don't know. According to my exes, I am. So.
So, just a note, in the ongoing battle between Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens, I am completely on Team Ben.
Yeah, apparently,
if a fight breaks out there, I'm not sure who's gonna win. But if she left the Daily Wire, I could not care less.
Well, Tucker Carlson's already stepping in and white knighting, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna go to work for Tucker.
That would be great, because I used to have a ton of respect for Tucker Carlson, but letting her go on there and air her dirty laundry with Daily Wire on his show. The reason she's fighting with Ben Shapiro is because she is on the knife's edge of anti-Semitism. So now she's tweeting out Bible verses to justify her anti-Semitic adjacent bullshit. And it's disgusting.
Yeah,
last I checked, right to self-defense was also in the Bible, Candace. You might go a little further. Don't go cherry pick.
Well, I mean, it's not just that, right? And this is the thing, not to pull out the divinity degree, but this is the thing, right? So we as Christians are commanded to respect and protect Israel. So this whole idea that because Jewish people don't believe that Jesus is Jesus, we're not supposed to stand with them. The Bible says the exact opposite, because they will have a time when they are able to learn the truth. Then was not their time, because if then was their time, then we would have never been able to be saved. There's a reason things happen the way they happen. God has a plan, and we as people keep trying to screw with it. And all these people that are like, well, you can't say, I mean, I saw this yesterday. somebody tweeted out about how peaceful the rally was in D.C. and how it was, shared values and everything else. How can you say they share our values when they don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah?
Because that's not a value, that's a belief.
Exactly, for one. And for two, it already says...
They call it Judeo-Christian values for a reason.
Because they basically stem from the same thing.
They all stem from the same monotheistic belief.
But yeah, so anyway.
My goodness, the blatant anti-Semitism among some on the right, I'm looking at you, Lauren Chin, I'm looking at you, Jason Whitfield, I'm looking at you, Candace Owens, was very, very clarifying.
Well, the scariest thing for me, right, because, we knew, other than the three that you've mentioned, because we usually do a pretty good job of cleaning our house when we find them. But what freaked me out was when the mask came off for the left, dude, and everybody was like, fuck Israel! Drown the Jews! I'm like, what?
Well, everybody except Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi.
Well, that's because they're old enough to remember Hitler.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, all the young Democrats are like, we're pro-Hamas, damn it! I'm like, really? Useful idiots, a lot of them. My favorite useful idiots of the group, though, have to be the gays for Palestine. Those are fun. Like, you realize they would throw you off a roof, right? And not even think twice about it. But sure.
Oh, atheists for Palestine, gays for my favorite was, what was it? Jews for a ceasefire or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, all the ones going around screaming, not in my name. Well, it's not in your name, bro. You're safe.
This isn't in your name. This is in the name of people who actually have to live with this threat on a daily basis. It has not a damn thing to do with you. You live in the freest, most prosperous country on the face of the earth.
Despite everybody's best efforts to destroy it from the inside.
Correct. Anyway, speaking of the freest, most wonderful, prosperous country on the face of the earth, we need a man to lead it. And as anybody who listens to this show knows, I am firmly in Team Ron DeSantis.
Yep. All right.
For the primary season. And today, Glenn Beck, who's been doing a little too much shilling for both Vivek and Donald Trump for my taste.
You say shilling, I say slurping.
Well, whatever. Like, he says he's not picking a candidate, but my goodness, he gives Vivek a lot of room, and he gives Donald Trump a ton. So he had Ron DeSantis on today because Ron DeSantis will go on with pretty much anyone, as we have seen. And so Glenn kind of took a shot, in my opinion. I'll let you guys take your own opinion of it. And then asked DeSantis to say why he should be president instead of Donald Trump. And I, for one, was very pleased with his answer.
Presidential candidate, of course, the governor from Florida. Governor, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Glenn?
I am great. Good to talk to you. One of the things that I think I don't understand, because everybody likes you. I mean, you're a great governor. Everybody really likes you. And you have to close the deal here on why you are better than Donald Trump. What is the disconnect, or can you connect that with people? Why are you better than Donald Trump?
Well, I think we are in the process of doing that in these early states. I mean, I think a few things. One, I'm more likely to actually get elected, which you see with me winning Florida by 20 points. He was not able to do that. Number two, I could serve 2 terms. He'd be a lame duck on day one. Number three, he's not going to be able to recruit really strong personnel to fill the administration. I'd have hundreds of people that would be willing to come to Washington to help turn the screws on the D.C. swamp and to get this bureaucracy in line. Four, I'll be focused on your issues. I don't have issues that are going to distract me. My sole focus will be on this country, reversing America's decline. 5, I'm the only one running, Donald Trump or others. Everything I promised my voters I would do, I delivered on 100% of the promises. Donald Trump, of course, can't say that. Didn't build the wall with Mexico paying for it, didn't drain the swamp, didn't eliminate the debt. So we will go in there, and I've a bold agenda. We put out a lot of great stuff, but I have a plan to actually accomplish all of this stuff when I take office. And I think it's really important because this is not about the show. This is not about entertainment. The future of our country is going to be determined about whether we can produce the type of results that we need to get us on a fundamentally better path going forward. And so for all those reasons and others, I'm the choice. And you just think, what I tell people, Glenn, is I can make all these promises, and I do have a record of delivering, but I think forward 8 years, January of 2033, if I'm ready, if I'm handing off the baton to hopefully a worthy successor, what am I going to be able to tell you and the American people that we've actually accomplished? And we're going to be able to say we've restored the American dream, we've whipped inflation, interest rates, we have energy security, independence, we've reversed Bidenomics. We'll be able to say our sovereignty's been restored. No more Mexican drug cartels running the show. No more fentanyl poisoning tens of thousands of Americans every year. We're going to say that we've fended off the threat from the Chinese Communist Party. In the 21st century, America is still the dominant power of the world. We'll be able to say that our schools are about educating kids, not indoctrinating kids, including our universities, because we will have done things through accreditation to change the tide there. We'll be able to say whether you live in a red state or a blue city, criminals are going to be held accountable for their crimes again. We're not going to let the inmates run the asylum, and the rule of law will be restored. And then finally, and not least, we will have restored the Constitution to the central role in American life. No more unaccountable bureaucracy imposing its will on us, weaponizing against us. It's going to be a limited government that is going to be conducting itself in accordance with the founders' vision. And if we can say all that, then we'll be able to say we've restored what President Reagan called a shining city on a hill.
Okay, I think that's that's pretty comprehensive. Very good. You brought up something at the very.
Did you want me to keep letting it play? I've got a few more minutes. But
no. I think that was pretty comprehensive too, and I would like to have all of those nice things.
I would love to have all those nice things. The only thing that I'm irritated with Beck about is he changes tax. I would have loved to get him to drill down a little bit and say, like, I know you can't be super specific, but as far as how you're gonna do some of these things, just give us kind of an overview of how you plan on getting those things done, because everybody can say really nice things, they don't ever really make anybody explain how they're going to do the things.
Yeah, except DeSantis has put some meat on those bones. He's got a plan that he's put out there about how he's going to shrink the bureaucracy. He's been pretty specific about things he wants to do to change the education system in terms of reducing the power of the DOE, changing accreditation, and some other things that really, possibly even killing tenure at the university level, like make professors go on contract like everyone else, right?
That should be his campaign slogan: make professors work again.
Well, and tax the endowments. Why should Harvard have billions of dollars in a fund, and they're not at all accountable for their students who aren't lawyers, right? All the social justice people they turn out that then, have these huge loans and can't make a salary commensurate with what they studied. Like, why do these schools get to keep those endowments, give away bullshit degrees that don't provide people a career without ever counseling them ahead of time? Like, do you really want to do that? Because here's what it's going to look like. Like, they're delivering a product. Where is their product guarantee? Why do they get to keep their endowments? They're not-for-profit organizations, not in the slightest. Why aren't those taxed? Why aren't those investments taxed like my investments are taxed?
Because you're one of the little people, Stacey.
I get that, but I'm just saying I think there's a ton of things that could be done there that would reform the university system in fundamental ways. But the other thing he said later in the interview is Republicans need to get comfortable doing what Democrats just did and push everything into the reconciliation process. Look at all Biden put in reconciliation. He said you have to be just as strategic about how you use that process as you do every other process. And he says he's going to invoke Article 2 powers, and he's going to get the right people 3 to 4 levels down, maybe even 5, to really change the bureaucracy. And then he's going to spread it out across the country. Like, you don't get to put all these agencies here in Washington. Why is, like, I've asked this question before, and I think he's actually said something similar. Why is the Bureau of Land Management sitting in Washington, D.C.? It should be in Colorado.
You would think.
And it shouldn't have nearly as much land as it has. Like, I would vote for him 20 times if he said give the land back to the states.
We can't have that on recording, though.
Why?
Because you just admitted to committing voter fraud. Potentially.
Look. Okay, me and at least 3 of my dead relatives will vote for him.
That didn't help.
I can't have a lame duck with no staff going into the White House on day 1, and it would take a miracle to make that happen because the race is not outside the margin of cheating. There is no way in hell Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden by 8 in Georgia right now. That New York Times poll is bullshit. It's out there to make you think something that isn't true. They want to run against Donald Trump. Do you know how I know this?
Please explain.
More millions of dollars from both Biden, Trump, and Nikki Haley have been spent in anti-DeSantis ads than have been spent in anti-Biden ads or anti-Trump ads.
Don't even get me started on Nikki Haley. She stepped on a landmine the other day as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God, yes. Everyone cannot be anonymous on social media because it's a national security risk. Okay, you can deal with Chinese bots. You can deal with bots without blowing true people's individual anonymity. Bots are a mechanical thing. You can kind of tell, like, when you have one, and people can just say, think this is a bot, and Twitter can look at it and say, yep, it's a bot, and it can eliminate it. Like all the porn accounts that ask me if I want to slam it. It's like, I don't have anything to slam with. Why am I getting these? Like, it's ridiculous.
So apparently you're getting standing ovations in the chat, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And according to Mike, if DeSantis is president, you should become secretary of HHS.
Because I will create the camps. Don't even think that I won't.
Oh, not the FEMA camps. Oh, no.
No, they will not be FEMA camps. They will be, where are all the people who came over? Where's the people we gave the cell phones to? We can ping them. Bring them in. None of these people have asylum claims. Get them out. You're an economic migrant. Oh, get these ones out because they're about to deliver.
Oh, yeah. I think my fun is as far as the whole, we gotta have asylum, we gotta have asylum, we gotta have asylum. Oh, wait, you want us to sleep in a tent? Never mind, we're going back where we came from. That's not asylum.
No. It's we need asylum, we need asylum. Oh, good, we're both here. Let's have a baby, then we can stay. I mean, I cannot tell you how many Central American babies are running around my town. These people are never leaving. They're never leaving.
Never gonna leave.
No, because they had the baby. They had the anchor baby.
That was one of the first things that we should have gotten rid of a long ass time ago. Is the whole anchor baby thing.
Long ass time ago. Birthright citizenship means if my parents are citizens, I get to be a citizen even if I'm born overseas. That's what that means.
Oh yeah, anybody with half a brain knows what it's actually supposed to mean.
If neither of your parents are citizens and mommy just squoze you out when she crossed the river, you're not a citizen.
You're a citizen of where the hell they came from, not here.
Exactly. You have their birthright citizenship.
But, that doesn't help with the Democrats wanting to basically bring in a whole new voting crop. The funny thing is, it's taking a lot...
The funny thing is, once you get to the second and third generation, they don't vote that way anymore.
No, yeah. Actually, what I was about to say is, they're turning on them a lot quicker than I think the Democrats thought they would.
Well, they're first of all, you're bringing in people from some of the most socially conservative cultures in the world, right? Generally high religious participation, and then you want to trans their kids?
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
You want them reading gay porn in like 5th grade? No, not going to happen.
Oh. Fun times. Yeah, it's funny how many people try to bring up all the books and stuff that have been banned, not realizing that it was Democrats that did most of the banning.
Oh my God, Pink?
Oh yeah. I was like, wait.
That girl just stepped in it, didn't she? You have no idea what the law in Florida actually said, did you?
And then took a victory lap after stepping in it. Everybody knew she stepped in it. She's still taking a victory lap. I'm like,
I don't get it. Like, nobody in Florida is saying you can't read To Kill a Mockingbird. Or Catcher in the Rye. Like, those are not books that anybody in Florida has a problem with. I literally heard about it and thought she was bringing a bunch of really trashy and gross books, which surprised me because even though Pink is a music star, she lives a very conservative lifestyle. She has 2 children. She brings them on tour with her. She's in a traditional marriage. She fixed her marriage after an infidelity. I mean, her life is pretty conservatively lived. I don't think she'd want her kids reading those books.
Yeah, but she still had to take a victory lap.
But I mean, it's just like, you don't even know what books they're talking about.
Well, that's beside the point, though. She
Honey, it was called the Don't Say Gay Bill. What's the gay character in To Kill a Mockingbird?
I don't think there is one.
There isn't. That's my whole point. Like, you don't even understand the moniker of the bill. Like, you missed the whole point. It's like, here's the point. Here's you way over to the left. It's just like, wow. Wow.
Oh, so much fun. So much fun.
So much fun. And I think the Marvel Universe is just about dead.
Dude, they really need to stop whipping the dead horse. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Did that horrible chick flick come out?
Which one?
The Marvels, I think they're calling it.
Yeah, it's out, and it
is it out? Did it tank?
It bombed. It worse than bombed. It cratered.
Of course it bombed. Nobody liked Captain Marvel. The only, I've heard and read other people who know way more than me that they're looking to reboot the whole thing. And they've recontracted Downey Jr. and they've contracted Chris, the Chris that played Captain America. Not Chris Hemsworth, Chris.
God, why can't I think of his name?
You know what I'm talking about.
Anyway,
they've recontracted Captain America. Like, hello guys, you missed the whole point. Well, what did they call it? It was I can't remember, but it's just like they've been so concentrated on the girl power thing, they completely missed the boat on why their franchise was so popular. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't even seen the third one.
Well, sorry, I'm now contractually required to do this. Mom, can you see if Kathleen Kennedy's under my bed? Sorry.
Didn't they boot her from Star Wars?
Yeah. But she's still
Okay.
She's still in charge of most of the go broke, go woke section of Disney, other than Star Wars. And South Park.
Is she?
South Park absolutely roasted her recently, and it was glorious. That's where that came from.
Oh, and I do have to say this. If there are children in your life, you have small children, you have grandchildren, you have young nieces and nephews, and you're not a Daily Wire subscriber, the children's programming on Bent Key is worth the price of admission.
I'm gonna have to check that out for Crazy. She's getting old enough now.
Oh my God. I sat down with my niece yesterday and watched this show called How Ridiculous, which is just guys like blowing stuff up and smacking things with like baseball bats on helicopter blades. They have this lovely little thing. I think it's called Mabel McSomething. It's this lovely redheaded lady with this quiet voice, and it's kind of like a reboot of the Mr. Rogers world, where you can see the show's going to have a particular like pattern to it.
Yeah.
And it's got a little make-believe thing in a television, and it's so sweet and calming and nice. It's wonderful. Then there's Chip Chilla, and Rob Schneider is voicing it. Like, I am super impressed with what I saw. There's a young kid who does a history segment. And I mean, he goes through the whole thing, and he's wearing like a little sweater vest, and he looks like kind of a nerd, but then he does a mic drop moment for everything he does, and it's really kind of cute. So we watched like the telephone, like the evolution of the telephone, and then we watched the one he did on Abraham Lincoln. Like, I could not be more impressed. They did $100 million investment, which in Hollywood for this level of programming is almost nothing. When you look at the billions of dollars that Disney spends. And I watched this, and I'm like, they should be so proud of what they're doing. And I should probably write that up.
I'm going to have to look into that now. All right. Well, believe it or not, we actually have made up for our little bit of technical issues, and this gives us just about enough time to run the show that's coming on behind us before it starts running into the ladies of the red wine. So, where can folks find you?
Okay. I'm back on PJ Media a couple times a week, and I will probably be writing a review of Bent Key, because I think I probably should.
All right, well, you can find me here. I'll be running a repeat of a particular show here in just a moment, and we will have the ladies of the red wine. Then following that, assuming I hear from Orty, there will be a Rick and Orty night, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning doing the Rick Robinson show for the Thursday edition. And then tomorrow night doing America Off the Rails starting at 7 Eastern, then taking a short break, then coming back and doing the Jen and Rick show, then Friday morning again, Rick Robinson show, and then Friday evening helping out with He Said, She Said, and then Saturday night back on the juxtaposition train, because had to take a week off because being sick, and then I went and hung out with Loftus at Bricktown last week instead of doing a show because I decided I wanted to do that instead. But anyway, so we're gonna finally finish up October in the middle of November because it's what we do. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. So much more programming coming at you. Again, G has requested the night off, so we're gonna run this week's The Loftus Party here in just a second. It is short because it's Michael, which is why we ran a little bit over. So, F5 in just a couple minutes, fellas and ladies. Bye, everybody.